I've seen this brand dozens of times and didn't think twice about it. But once I actually got them, this has been one of the biggest surprises for shoes I have ever experienced. Hey everyone, I'm Dave with Beast Made Reviews, of course a channel dedicated to reviewing quality products that bring your life value. Now, has there ever been a brand that you've seen maybe 100 times and you didn't give it a second thought, but once you actually tried it, it was far more eye-opening than you had ever thought? I've had that happen a few times before, and this was just one of those experiences. This is a brand that is on Huckberry, that I found on Huckberry, and it's actually one of their in-house brands. They sent me a few pairs here, and I have a lot of things I want to talk about. The brand is Luka, and if you're looking for good quality shoes that are really comfortable, made well, and have a great value, this is your new brand. And of course, before we start, if you like this type of content, feel free to subscribe down below. I think you really like it here. If you like anything quality, cool, fashion, EDC, anything in between, I think you'll like it here. And if you're interested in these shoes, I'll have some links down below, and those are affiliate links. Those are from Huckberry. Huckberry is a wonderful site I go to all the time. It is so cool. I just like looking. You can only find these shoes on Huckberry, so I'll have links down below to those. And anytime you buy through that, it will help support the channel, and I always appreciate it when you do that. Thank you so much. And recently, I just launched a merch line, so if you want to find just some really cool shirts right now, you can go to my website. I have some perfect for this video. If you want to stick it to that person that is wearing Hey Dudes, just tell them, just don't. All right, now I don't know about you, but I'm always on the hunt for good, comfortable shoes. There's nothing worse than buying shoes that just hurt. Like, you have to wear shoes. Why do they have to hurt? And on top of that, I hate getting poor quality shoes that I just have to throw away after a period of time. Hate it. Hate. There's one brand that I really love, and I run in them all the time. They are so comfortable, but the worst part about them, they break down and wear out easily within a year. So I repeatedly have to buy these shoes over and over and over again. I'm sick of that. And what really stood out to me about Luka, besides just their styling, which I think is really cool by itself, is that they're advertised as being incredibly comfortable and durable at the same time. I tried these, and that's exactly what they are. So if you're like me and you're looking for those shoes that you don't have to throw away after a period of time, but you still want something to really feel great on your feet, you've got to check out this line. And I have 5 pairs that I want to show you here. And this runs a pretty good range of the Luka line, but they have even more on their website. Now, as I mentioned, this is a brand on Huckberry, one of their exclusive brands that they have. All of these shoes are made in Portugal with really high quality, full grain Italian leathers. They're made by a family-owned business that spans 3 generations who hires highly skilled artisans to make their shoes. And for size reference, I wear a size 11.5 shoe, usually in sneakers, and so they don't really carry half sizes for this line. So according to their sizing chart, they recommended going up to the nearest size. So I got size 12 for all of these shoes. So let's get to the first choice here. And this one is the Terra Mach Chukka sneaker boot. Now, this was actually my first experience with Luka, and this one already started off with a bang. Now, this is a Chukka style shoe with a wraparound moccasin stitching on the top. It's leather lined. It has a gum rubber sole by Lacti Hevia. It has a cup sole construction, a leather insole, which is non-removable. The upper is suede with full grain leather overlays. Of course, it's made in Portugal. The color of this is Canyon, and the size again is size 12. Now, first things first, this shoe has some construction features I wasn't really aware with until this video. Now, first, the sole. The sole is made by Lacti Hevia, which is a brand out of France, and it's made out of a natural rubber, a natural latex rubber that's harvested in France. And apparently these are considered some of the best soles in the world. And next was the construction of the shoe, which is a cup sole construction. Now, a cup sole construction, from my understanding, very simplified understanding, is when they make a sole out of rubber and they take the upper and then they stitch the sole to the upper. This gives it the great cushioning and comfort of a molded sole, but also the durability and traction of a traditional sole. It's kind of the best of both worlds. And I'm assuming that this means that these are resolable, but I'm not exactly sure, and they didn't mention it on their website. But if they stitch it, I'm assuming that means that you can restitch it. Now, construction is cool, but let's talk about these shoes. These shoes just hit different. When I first put them on, I was amazed by just how comfortable and almost sock-like these shoes feel. Something about the suede and the flexibility of that sole and just how cushioned it is, it feels fantastic. Some of the most comfortable shoes I've worn right out of the box. The fit of these is absolutely perfect. I got these in size 12, and that was just right for me. So I would say if you're in between sizes, size up. I think it'll be just right for you. Now, the look of this, I think, is going to be an acquired taste for some people. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. The moccasin construction here, I think, is really the polarizing part. I think it has a really cool look, and I like how they made the moccasin construction pretty low profile and pretty wide, so it doesn't look super high up, almost like a boot. It looks more like a sneaker, which I think really adds to the cool factor of this shoe. The color of this is Canyon, which is a dark brown. Pretty standard as far as colors go, but I like the color a lot. It's a great, just neutral color you can wear with so many different things. I love Chukkas in general as just one of those workhorse, versatile shoes, and these are very casual. You can't really dress these up much, but you also can't mess them up either. As a casual shoe, they're great. They mentioned how there's no break-in period, and that's 100% correct, at least with this version of the shoe. Now, these are made of suede, and they do offer these in leather. If I were just to choose here, I think the suede probably is going to be the most comfortable out of the bunch. Now, suede, of course, has its pros and cons, but as far as comfort here, this one is absolutely top tier. And though I don't have a long-term review of these shoes just yet, just from my first impression here, the rubber sole feels really solid. And I have no doubts that this will last for years and years. This is not just your standard foam sole that's going to disintegrate in a year or less. This is going to last a long time. And in my experience anyway, gum rubber soles do last a long time. So first impression here was a big wow. These are really cool boots. If you want something with that kind of Chukka look that maybe a Chukka boot has, but more of a sneaker fit and feel, this is a great choice here. All right, next option we have here is the suede Terra Mach Low sneaker. Now this has many of the same details as the Chukka boot here. It has a suede upper, the cup sole construction, it's leather lined, it has a gum rubber sole, a leather insole that's removable. It has a textured heel piece to reduce heel slip. There's reinforced stitch work in some high traffic areas. It has interior metal eyelets. It has a 0mm heel drop. The color of this is in desert. Of course, these are made in Portugal. Size again is size 12. Now these sneakers were an absolute revelation. The first ones that I tried, the Chukkas, absolutely incredible. But when I tried these sneakers, I could not believe how good these were. And I think they look even cooler than Chukka boot. They are incredibly soft and pliable and need zero break-in period. Now the last on this feels pretty average in width. It's not super wide, but it's also not super narrow. So if you have an average size foot, I think this will fit great. These fit perfectly on me. Again, I'm size 11 and a half. Sizing up to size 12 was perfect. Now the color is kind of a gray brown, and it definitely works great with jeans or casual pants, though it's not quite as versatile as maybe a dark brown is. There's several colors that they offer for these shoes, and most of the colors are in that earth tone range. And as the name suggests, this is the suede version, which also means there is a leather version as well. But the leather version of this has a white option. So if you like white sneakers, you might want to look into the leather version of this. And I'm sure the leather versions are great, but I just cannot imagine them being as perfect as these suede versions are. These are probably the most comfortable sneakers I've ever worn. So if you want something with that unparalleled, unrivaled comfort, you've got to check this out. Quality, comfort, and style, 10 out of 10 with these shoes. Excellent. All right, next shoe here is the Terra Slip-On Chelsea Sneaker Boot. Now, I believe this is a newer style this year, and this one is a super cool hybrid between a Chelsea boot and a high-top sneaker, and it shot up to be one of Luka's best-selling shoes. Now, this has a suede upper, a hand-pressed Vantage sole, which is a rubber sole from Lacti Hevia, cup sole construction again, leather-lined with removable insoles, leather pull tabs, double gore elastic, of course, is made in Portugal, color is desert and off-white, and size again is size 12. I think these are so cool. I love how familiar yet unique they look. It's a one-of-a-kind sneaker that has the look of both a high top and a Chelsea boot. A couple of things I love about this. First, No laces. That's great by itself. I love shoes that don't have laces. You can just slip them on. I love Chelsea boots in general just for that reason. And the comfort, again, is unmatched. Sometimes with Chelsea boots, they can kind of have an almost claustrophobic feeling if they're too tight. And this one does not have that. Because of how flexible everything is, it just has a sock-like fit. It doesn't feel too tight or constrained. You don't have to break them in at all. It feels great. And they're just a joy to wear. Again, size 12 in this fits perfectly on me. So if you're a half size like me, size up and it will be perfect. Again, these have a kind of average width for the last. You can get these in either suede or leather. And the colors of these are pretty cool. If you've seen all the colors so far, these have the standard kind of colors. And this one is the desert with the off-white. All of them look great, but this one is personally my favorite color. Now, you know me, I love Chelsea boots. And so when I saw these, I immediately had to get them. And I was not disappointed. These are excellent shoes. So if you like Chelsea boots, you like sneakers, mash them together, and this is what you got, and they're amazing. Definitely check these out. All right, next shoe here is the Drift Camp Moc. Now, I love leather moccasin shoes, so much so that I want to eventually make a whole video about them, which we'll get to that some other time. But Luka made their version, and these are excellent. Now, these have a full grain leather upper, a hand sewn mock toe with reinforced stitching in some areas. It's lined with an anti-slip Italian leather. The outsole is natural crepe rubber. Insole is cushioned Italian leather, which is removable. It has a 0mm heel drop. Again, these are made in Portugal. Color is Ravine, and again, the size of this is in size 12. Now, first, the leather of this is exceptional. Very thick and burly. It will definitely last a lifetime and gain a whole bunch of character along the way. I love the look and the styling of these. The crepe rubber sole is super cool in just the way that it looks, but also adds a great functionality to it. It adds grip and traction, especially if it gets a little wet. It's great for that. And it's also super spongy underfoot, so it's very comfortable. For the footage of these, I tried these both with and without socks because I know some people like them with either option. Personally, I would go without socks. But one thing I'll say here is that the size of this is wrong. Now, this is a size 12, especially with my previous experience with the Luka line. Size 12 should have been right, but it wasn't. This is one of the only shoes in the Luka line that has half sizes, and I really recommend getting your actual size here because this is too big on me. I don't even know if 11.5 would be right. I would even want to try an 11 to see if that would even be better. Now, you can tighten the laces on the top here a little bit, and that'll kind of cinch it down just a little bit more, and that does help a little bit, but not enough on this size. Unfortunately for me, these are just too big. I don't know if it shows up on camera, but these crepe soles will actually pick up a little bit of the tissue paper that these shoes are wrapped in the box. So it kind of looks almost like toilet paper. I tried to take it off, but it's really, really sticky. Now, again, the entire Luka line advertises their shoes to have no break-in period. And I would say that's true probably with the other shoes. These shoes are still very comfortable and very pliable, but these probably do have a little bit of a break-in period. The leather on the top is thicker than other leathers and other shoes from this line. They're no Iron Rangers, but they're not exactly the same as the other shoes. Now, size aside, these shoes look and feel great. I love the way these look. They feel phenomenal. If they were the right size, they would be in my personal collection all the time. For everyone else, definitely get your right size. If you like moccasins, this is a killer moccasin. For the price, there are few moccasins this good. Definitely check these out. And last choice here is the Drift Outdoor Mule. Now, this is another new style that came out pretty recently, I think this spring actually. And this style of shoe is something I wear quite a bit on a regular basis. So when they came out with this shoe, I was really excited to try this one. Now, the upper is full grain leather from Italy. It's leather lined. Outsole is crepe rubber. Insole is made of cork, which is removable. Again, these are made in Portugal. Color is cognac. And again, size is size 12. Now, I love leather slippers in general. I find they work really great as just a go-to shoe. Whenever you want to wear slip-on shoes, but you don't want to wear flip-flops, I reach for these type of shoes. And these are exceptional. The styling is so unique on this. It has that slipper look to it, but they tweak it just a little bit. The toe box is a little bit wider. There's a lip on the back of the heel that cups your heel just a little bit, keeping it from moving out of place. Great touch there. It looks very refined and polished, and they look far more expensive than they actually are, and I was shocked when I saw the price of these. Now, my kind of standard for leather slippers are Mohinder slippers, and I really love those. I have 2 pairs, some of my most worn casual shoes of all time. I really love them. So when I see leather slippers like that, I immediately compare it to the Mohinder Standard. Now, compared to Mohinders, I think these look a lot more accessible. They look a lot more polished. The leather is different. The leather is a little bit more pliable and thinner. Definitely less break-in period with these than compared to my Mohinders. The crepe rubber sole is a fantastic addition to this, and in my experience, these soles last for years and years and years and stay comfortable for years. They really thought of everything with this design. My only complaint, again, is the sizing here. Now, I got size 12, and these fit very similar to the moccasins, except unlike the moccasins, they only have whole sizes again. So again, this is a different size compared to the other ones. If you're in between sizes, size down. Now, even though these aren't the right size on me, the comfort was exceptional, the quality is absolutely fantastic, and I really love the styling of these a lot. These are easily some of the best leather slippers I have ever seen. They're exceptional. Definitely check these out. Overall, I was really blown away by the Luka line. This is not something you can find in a lot of stores. The quality is not something you can really get at this price either. Now, the price is a good price, but it's still on the higher end. It's not going to be a cheap shoe. These are going to be really high quality shoes at a good price point. Typically, when you're finding really good high quality shoes, you're going to spend maybe even twice this amount. So at this price, I think they're offering a lot of value here. Again, I'm a broken record, but the comfort here is absolutely unparalleled for shoes of this type. I've never worn a shoe this comfortable in a sneaker before. It just doesn't happen. And the quality and the construction were really, really impressive. All things considered, this is one of the best sneaker brands I've ever tried. I am so blown away by this. This is not a shoe brand you're going to throw away in a year. If you invest in these shoes, you're going to get years and years and years of life out of these, and your feet will thank you for them because they're that comfortable. If all of that appeals to you, definitely check out the Luka line. I'll see you next time. I'm Dave with Beastmade Reviews.